Hi guys, and here again from Mad Lad Designs, continuing the playthrough of Cthulhu, a deck building game. In the last video I quickly did the setup. There's not much to do in the setup, but in this game, in this video, I am going to be taking a few turns. Now this is not an instructional video, this is me playing the game the best that I know how to. So I'll move that out of the way. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to zoom into the mat, so you won't see these cards on the outside. You'll just see the mat and the area and which way I'm going to play it. So I'll zoom in there. Right, so we've zoomed in, so hopefully you can get a good view of the cards and everything. And let's play the game. We are going to be following this here. And we have two phases. We have the planning phase and the combat phase. The planning phase is split into 5 separate things, and the combat phase is split into 6 separate things. So I'm going to go down the list. So the first thing you do is you are going to fill the library. So you have 5 cards here. Now we've got none at the moment, so I'm going to flip all 5 cards. And these are the things that we can buy. So we have temporary insanity, gain 3 moxie but take 5 sanity loss, and regain this sanity at the end of the next combat round. And up here is the price we need to pay in moxie. So that's 1. Getaway card, draw an extra card. Sucker punch, gain 2 moxie. Firebolt, ignite your soul and use it as a weapon. Lose 2 sanity and gain 2 moxie. Okay. And finally, body armor. Health loss is reduced by 2. Cool. So that's the first part. First step in the planning phase is to fill this library back up. Second is to draw yourself 5 cards from your draw pile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go down there. Let's see what we have. Oh, that's handy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 moxie. So we have 5 to spend, or 5, well, you can spend as much as you like and save as much as you like. So that is step 2 of the planning phase, is to deal yourself 5 cards. Step 3 is first preparation. So you are going to be playing things here that are going to help you buy things from the library, or possibly reduce costs of things from the library. So in my first, let's have a look. In my first preparation step, is there anything I want to get? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I will. So I'm going to prepare to buy something. So I'm looking at this body armor. Oh, yeah. I definitely want to reduce all health loss by 2. So I am going to prepare 1, 2, 3, 4 to spend 4 moxie. And there's nothing for 1, so this is going to stay in my hand. So yeah, I've prepared, so that's my first preparation. Then we have the research step after that, which is purchase what you want from the library, as long as you can pay for it from moxie. So I'm going to pay all 4 of these, and these get discarded to buy the body armor. Now, unlike other deck builders where when you purchase something it goes straight into your discard pile, in this game it doesn't. It goes straight into your hand. So you can buy something, it goes straight into your hand, and you can use it for combat in the same turn. So I have nothing else to buy. Oh, I can buy a firebolt, but I didn't prepare. I can't buy it now because I've missed my first prepare. I needed to put things out, but if I don't put them out in the research phase, you cannot buy anything. So I couldn't use this now and go, oh, I've just seen that, I'll buy that now. Nope, that stage is gone. That stage is over with. That was the first preparation. So I cannot buy anything with this 1 Moxie. So my research is over. Then you have final preparation step, which is anything you've bought or anything you want to use in combat, you are going to lay out in front of you now. And I'm going to place this. So this is now going to help me reduce my health loss by 2. And I'm going to place this because I'm going to do 1 damage to something. It may be the Elder God, or it may be a minion that comes out. So that is my final preparation done. I'm preparing myself for combat. I do have a special ability, which I almost forgot, is during my planning phase, which is now, I can peek at the Mythos card, which is here, and see what's coming out. Let's have a look. Firefly Infestation. Okay, so if a minion was to be brought out, that's the minion that's going to come out, and I'll explain this bit at the bottom if it comes out. However, we have done our planning phase. So the planning phase was step 1, fill this library up to 5 cards. Step 2, draw 5 cards from your draw deck. Step 3, first preparation, where you are going to be putting out things to help you buy stuff from the library. Then you have research, in which you are purchasing things from the library. And then you have final preparation, which anything you've bought you may place in front of you, and anything you have in your hand that can help with combat you place in front of you. And that is the planning phase over with. Then we go to the combat phase, and the combat phase, I know you can't really see it, we're going to go down the line. This is why I've placed these like this. The combat phase always starts with the Elder God. You take a look at the Elder God and see what it says. Sometimes it's an action, so it might say lose 2 health points or draw this minion out, or it might be passive and say for every such and such minion that comes out, reduce the Elder God's damage by 2 or something like this. However, we are going to spawn 1 zombie for every active zombie, and I don't think, I'm looking at that, let's have a look, close look, we do not have any zombies out. So do we still spawn a zombie, or is it because there are no zombies out that we don't spawn any zombie? Now I'm going to make it harder for myself and say every round we are going to spawn 1 zombie, and if there's more than 1 zombie, for every zombie out we are going to spawn another zombie. So I'm going to look through my minions and I'm going to spawn a zombie. Where's our zombies? There's our zombies. So we are going to spawn a zombie. Now this is the health of the zombie, and you are supposed to use these cards, these logbook cards. There's many of these in the game, and for every minion you bring out, you bring one of these out and it goes together. However, I've found that you can have many minions out, which means you're going to have many of these cards out as well. So in order to reduce clutter on the table, I just use a die. Now all minions apart from 1 have 6 health at the most. This one has 2, so I'm going to place that there, and I'm going to move these out the way, and there's a minion. So that was the Elder God. Next we move down to the Mythos phase, and we're going to draw a Mythos card and see what that says. And it's going to be bad, I know it is. Well, we had a look and we saw where it was. So it says, close up, spawn, and then we have a green circle with some squiggles in. -1 fire vampires. This green circle with squiggle, the squiggles inside say IC, which stands for Investigator count. So you count up how many investigators are playing in the game, then you -1 from that number of investigators, and that's how many fire vampires are spawned. So if you had 4 players, so it'd be spawn 4 players -1, so it'd be 3 fire vampires. However, there's only me playing. There's only one investigator. So 1 minus 1 is 0. However, you cannot have less than 1. So it's always going to be 1. So I'm going to be spawning 1 fire vampire. So let's have a look. There's a fire vampire. That comes out, and let's see what that says. Okay, deals investigator with the highest health 2 health damage, and each elder god heals 2 health. Oh dear. And that is a 6. So we're going to be bringing out a 6 like this. And that was the Mythos. Then the minions go. So any minions out in the playing field, it's their turn to go before we get a chance. So we have 2 minions. The fire vampire with a health of 6 and the zombie minion with a health of 2. The highest one always goes first. If there's a tie, you can choose which one you want to go first. However, the fire minion is going to go first. So it says deals investigator with the highest health 2 health damage. However, I have, very luckily, the body armor. So I'm going to reduce that by 2. So I'm going to take no damage. However, the elder god, now it says heals. So I'm not sure that you can go above the elder god's 30. See, I'm not sure. Because if you go above its maximum health, then it's not really healing, it's going above. But I'm going to play hard on myself and say yes. The elder god, whoops, there we go, is going to get another extra 2 health points that we have to take out. So that was a fire vampire, that's done. Let's have a look, because we need... Zombies do double damage. Okay, so we have a zombie here, and he's going to deal us 2 health loss. However, because it's the elder god, double damage, he's going to deal us 4 health loss. The body armor, yes, you can use the body armor on separate things. So, you know, it's not just used once and that's it. It's used once per minion, as far as I know. I'll double check that, but I think it is. So we're still going to use the body armor to reduce the health here from the damage, I should say. So he's going to deal us 4 damage. However, we're going to reduce that to 2 because our body armor lets us reduce that. So our gardener is going to take 2. And that is it for the minions. We're on to the investigator phase. This is where we are going to be hitting things. However, we only have 1 attack, and it is up to you where you want to place that attack. You can split your attacks over any minions and the elder god how you wish. So let's say I had 4 attack, I could do 2 damage here, 2 damage there, or I could do 3 damage here and 1 damage to the elder god, or I can do 1 here and 2 there and the elder god. You know, it's up to you how you want to split the damage. You only have 1, so I can't really split it anywhere. Let's go with... I want to get rid of that zombie because I think more zombies are coming out as well. I'm gonna attack the zombie. So the zombie takes 1 hit, and we go down to 1, and that is discarded. And that's the investigator phase over with. We go to the cleanup phase. The cleanup phase is any cards that we have in our hand that we haven't played, we discard. And then we can, if we want to, remove any number of cards from the library and put it in the discard pile. So if there's, you can remove all of them if you wish, or if there's 1 or 2 there that you don't fancy, or maybe there's 3 of the same and you think, well, I want different, it's up to you. So I'm going to get rid of this temporary insanity because I don't have many sanity and I don't really want to take the 5 sanity hit. I'm going to get rid of the firebolt. Again, I don't want to take sanity hit because I've got very low sanity. And I think that's it. I'm going to leave the other 2. And that's it. That is an entire turn over with. You've gone through the planning phase and then the combat phase, and then we go right back to the planning phase. Planning phase, fill the library up, 5 cards. So we have, what's this one, Gypsy Trailer. At the end of the planning phase, investigators may look through their deck and select a card to put on top of their deck. That's interesting. Mind you, it costs 8. Whoa. That goes there. Next we have Rillith. This is a location. This stays out. Once you've bought it, it stays out. A bit like equipment. This will stay out, and this will happen every turn. If you want to purchase that for 3. Then we have Time Warp. Lose 5 sanity, draw an additional 5 cards into your hand. Ooh, I could be tempted with that one. And then we are going to be drawing our 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And no, we're going to have these rubbish cards. Then we go on to our pre-planning phase. Is there anything? Is there anything I want to buy? I've already got 2, so really I could only buy the getaway car. Is it worth it? I don't think it's worth it. So I'm not going to play out anything in the pre-planning phase. No, I'm not. No. So I'm going to skip the pre-planning phase, then we move on to the research phase, where you purchase things. Well, I haven't put anything out, so I can't purchase anything. Then we go to the final preparation phase, and where you're going to be placing things out, and I'm going to be placing those out ready for combat. These stay in my hand, they do nothing. So then we move on to the combat phase. Elder God. We are going to be spawning another zombie. Right, zombie. Where are you? Am I missing me zombies? Oh, there they are. Spawn another zombie with 2 health. Then the Elder God has gone. We move on to the Mythos, which is here. Oh no. Would you believe it? It says permanent. All investigators lose investigator count -2 sanity at the start of each combat round. So you can never go below 1. So each combat round I am going to be losing a sanity. Oh, that's something I didn't want. Okay, right, I must try and remember that. I'll put that out there. Once the Mythos is gone, we go for the minions. We go from the highest to the lowest. The Fire Vampire is going to deal us 2 damage, but we are going to soak up that 2 damage from our body armour. However, the Elder God does get another 2 health. Then we have the 2 minions. Doesn't matter which one goes first. He's going to deal us double damage due to the Elder God. So we're going to take 4 damage, reduce that by 2. So we are going to be taking 2 damage. So we're down to 36. We have this other minion, again 4 damage, reduced to 2. So we're going to take another 2 hits. Oh dear. Depths of Despair, this is at the start of the combat round. Well, we were in the middle of the combat round when we drew it, so we're not going to lose any sanity yet. Minions have gone, we go to the Investigator. So the Investigator, I have 2 damage. Let's go and get rid of this zombie. Use both of these damage on this zombie. Take that away. That zombie is now gone. These are spent. I have nothing else to attack with, so we move on to the cleanup phase. The cleanup phase is any cards that you have in your hand we're going to discard. Then we're going to look at the library. Do we want to discard any cards? I think I'll discard this gypsy trailer, and I think I'll discard this location. I don't think I'll be using them, so I'll put those to one side. And there you go, that's the round over with. We go back again. I'll do one more round. We fill up the library with a haymaker, and a psychic scream. Okay. Then we draw our hand. However, I have none to draw from, so we take our discard pile. I don't think I've bought anything to put in our discard pile and our draw pile, have I? I need to get more moxie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then we go on to our first preparation. Is there anything I want to buy? Yes, I want to try and buy. I'm going to put 3 out. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to keep these in my hand. So then we go to research. I'm going to spend all 3 to draw this sucker punch. And this sucker punch immediately goes into my hand. Now, when you buy something that has moxie, you cannot then use this card that you've just bought to use the moxie to buy other things. I can use it for combat, but I can't use it to then buy other stuff as well. So that's what I've bought. The sucker punch, yep. And there's nothing else I can buy. So then we go to final preparation, things I want to use. I want to use that one and that one. That stays in my hand. And that is the preparation phase over with. We move on to the combat, starting with the Elder God, who is going to spawn us a zombie. So that zombie we've just killed is going to come back out again. Then we have the Mythos. Oh, more and more minions come out. This says, spawn 1 blue flame elemental. If a Foom Zap is the active Elder God, which it isn't, spawn Investigator count instead. So we are going to be spawning a blue flame elemental. And why not? I can go there. And that is it. 5. So the Mythos is gone. Now the minions, starting from highest to lowest, Fire Vampire is going to deal us 2 damage. However, our body armour is going to soak that up. But the Elder God is going to get 2 more health points. Then we have the Blue Flame Elemental. It does 2 health damage to each investigator. Thankfully our body armour is going to soak that up. So that's going to do nothing. Then we have the zombies. Each zombie attack is doubled, so that zombie is going to do us 4. We're going to reduce that by 2. This zombie is going to do us 4 reduced by 2. And now we come on to the Investigator phase. So I have 3. So I'm going to spend all 3. So 2 for this one, 1 for this one. Getting rid of these bloody zombies. Okay. And then these are obviously discarded. And then we move on to the cleanup phase. So any cards I have in my hand, which I have, go in the discard pile. Then we look here. Is there any I want to get rid of? Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll get rid of this to draw an extra card. I think I will keep the rest. Okay, so that is the end of the cleanup phase, and then we go back round again. But I'm going to stop it here, guys. You can see how the game is played. I am actually going to do a full playthrough, so you know, stick with me as I bring up more videos. But you know, if you have any questions, I'll try and answer them the best I can. It's worth taking a look at the FAQ, which I've put together. But yeah, this is how you play Cthulhu, a deck building game, to the best of my knowledge, I should say. It can get really hard really quickly if you don't keep on top of things. But yeah, join me in the next video and I'll be continuing the game. Hopefully I might get some sort of damage on the Elder God. I'm going to try my hardest. But until then, I will catch you guys later.